All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Jitsi Community Co. We'll do the usual. We'll go over our team and share updates, and then we'll open it up for questions and answers. Damien, would you like to start?
I don't think I have anything to share. We were talking this morning with Jay, discussing to turn on the multi-stream support by default in Jitsi Meet for the next stable release. So we'll further discuss that and probably will turn it on. That's it for me.
Okay. Anyone else from the team?
I can share some stuff. So last week we were fixing a bunch of multi-stream support issues. The one that I'm talking about is basically the remote control was broken when the multi-stream support was made up. I think that's all.
Anyone else? Jay, we had those fixes for screen sharing. Would you like to describe what they are and where they're available?
Sure. So on the client side, we introduced a bug recently where the bit rates for VP9 were not being limited like before. So we usually set a max bit rate of 1200 kbps for camera streams and 2500 kbps for screen share tracks. So as a result of this bug, the browser was sending very high bit rates, and a lot of times the bridge was actually suspending the screen share track on the receiving endpoints because of low PWE. So we have this fix in the master now, and then this will actually make it to the next Jitsi release. So if you're seeing that a lot of your screen share tracks are getting suspended, this could be the reason. I think that's it.
Yeah, and we also noticed some possible improvements on the back end. I don't think we have PRs yet, or at least they're not merged. But there's going to be some small improvements to the way the bridge handles screen sharing with VP9. Anyone else? Matteo actually has a question in the chat that's related, whether the bit rates are still hard-coded in the client.
No, they're not. I mean, we do take the values from the config.js. Under video quality, you could set your preferred max bit rates for both VP8 and VP9. And only if they're not available, then we go with whatever default, the 1200 and 2500. But then, yeah, these are definitely configurable from config.js. And there's a question about Android audio sharing with screen share. I don't think that's available yet because we don't have, you could actually maybe use the effects to do something like this. We do it for the browsers, but not on mobile clients. So I don't know if we can do this or not. Maybe Saul would be the best person to answer it. You could probably start a discussion in community and see if you can get probably ping Saul about it.
Okay. One other thing that we've been working on is handling the cases when no one is speaking, mostly for the speaker statistics. So we have silence detection now in the library and soon in the bridge. So after the dominant speaker and everyone stops speaking, we should fire a silence event, and then the speaker stats won't be that skewed. Is there anyone else from the team who would like to give an update? Okay, we have Alexander Fonseca joining us today. He's working with us as part of the Google Summer of Code program this year. He's been working on some Prometheus stats for our backends, so I'll let him talk about his project.
Hoping you can hear me clearly. So this year I got selected as a GSOC participant with Jitsi, and I'm working mostly with Boris and also a little bit with Aaron on a project that was actually proposed by the Jitsi team itself. And it's mainly adding a Prometheus endpoint. Prometheus is so much more common now, and there have been people developing exporters. So it's much better to have something that works from the get-go. It makes using Jitsi just that much easier. Currently, we have working metrics and a working endpoint. So we've adapted existing stats to keep track of them as the metric types for Prometheus, such as counters and gauges and so on. So we wrapped around those. The next steps are mainly converting a bunch more of those that are quite simple. But there will be also some fun challenges, I guess, regarding some other more complex stats. And we're hoping to get everything working and all the existing stats working with this endpoint while still providing the existing JSON as it is, and perhaps with some enhancements. And we'll hope we'll get also some nice Grafana template to go along with all of this, so everyone's life is easier. And that is pretty much where we're at.
Thanks, Alex. So we released this. Yes, applause is the right emotion here. We released this silently in the bridge because there's only a few of the metrics that have been ported right now. So you can query /metrics on the regular interface on port 8080, and you should get the metrics in one of the Prometheus formats. You can, if you request content type application JSON, you will get them in JSON format. We're planning to port more of them and also do the same in GCOFO in the future. But the reason we haven't announced this previously is because we're still planning some changes, and there might be some changes to their names and so on. So the format is not set in stone yet. So Alex, thanks again for your work and for your introduction here. I think that wraps it up for our team. So let's move on to Q&A. I'll start with whatever we have in the chat. DDN says, after we upgraded from Secure Octo to Octo, conferences seem having problems such as video streams not visible to some users. Is Secure Octo stable? Secure Octo is stable. We've been using it in production for quite a few months now. There is the potential for bridge-to-bridge connections to fail. And right now, the error handling there is not great. So
there was a bug that we found there, which should be fixed in the latest, which I think is in the latest stable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so if you're not on the latest stable, you might have seen
Hmm.
problems which should be fixed now.
Good point. If this bug or something similar happens, basically the connection between two bridges would be missing, and it would be very predictable which streams you'll see and which you wouldn't. You'll basically have two islands of people who can see each other, but not people on the other island. I don't know if that's what you're seeing or not. Didier, does that cover your question?
Yes, thanks.
Cool. Pratik asks whether he can still register or participate for Google Summer of Code. For this year, it's too late. The program is halfway through already, but we would like to participate next year again. So check out the Google Summer of Code website and look for announcements for whether there is going to be a program next year and how you can apply and participate there. Does anyone else have other questions?
Yes, I have one more question, and the question is, can we use full 4K or 2K camera with Jitsi by changing the config from the config.js automatically? Like, do we need to do anything else, or 2K or 4K is not supported?
It should be supported. All you have to do is change the constraints in your config.js. Yeah, like in our constraints, we do request up to 4K resolutions, and yeah, there's no change needed in the client.
Okay, thank you. And I have noticed that on the beta, or I think on an alpha server on the Jitsi, there is a one more feature, pin participants. And what exactly it is doing, I'm not sure, but based on the word, I can say that it should pin a particular participant on the main screen. And even though there is a dominant speaker, is someone, I mean, someone is speaking, still the person should remain as it is in the main screen. But the same thing is not happening on the alpha or wherever the pin participant is. So can you please explain a little bit about the pin participant new feature?
Yeah, I'm not sure what could be the difference with alpha, but pin participant, it's always been there. Just click it, it goes on stage.
No, I think it's because of stage film strip. We have it enabled on beta and probably not on alpha. So
What is that?
because of that stage film strip, you could pin multiple participants on the stage, right? Maybe that's not enabled by default on alpha. So maybe that's why you don't see that there. But yeah, we have this new feature called stage film strip, where you can actually pin multiple participants even in the stage view. Like there is a config parameter which decides how many participants you can pin there on the stage, and then you can have rest of them on the film strip. I can probably paste the config options here so that you can play with them on your deployment.
Okay, thanks.
And they are enabled on beta, correct?
Yes, I think they're enabled on beta.
Okay. Rajesh asks, in Android during screen share, I want to share the mic and the device sound audio of some video playing on the device. How? And Jaya touched on that earlier.
I believe that's not currently supported for sharing from another application. It may be supported from a browser, but I'm not sure. From another browser tab. I think that would require native Android support. I'm not even sure if it's possible. But the people to, I mean, ask in the community because Saul might know more and he's not here today.
Dario asks, is there any other GSOC features you're proceeding with? We have a total of 6 GSOC projects this year. So there's 5 more. I know we have someone working on multiple recording backends and some work on Vue.js. But off the top of my head, I don't know what the other 3 are. We'll need Saul and the other mentors for this. So I will try to bring an update on the next call. Any other questions? Going once, twice. All right, let's wrap it up.